Well, hello again. Today I'm comparing head-to-head the 2011 BMW X6 versus 2012 BMW X6. I have both of them in the 6-cylinder motor here. They offer two different engines on the X6. The 35i xDrive comes with the 3-liter twin turbocharged V6 that produces 300 horsepower. These two both carry that engine. And then they have the 50i model that has the 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 that offers 400 horsepower. It's an incredibly fast SUV. And of course they have the ultra high performance X6M. That's just ridiculously more powerful. It has different body badges, different wheels, different suspension altogether. It's an entirely different car for quite a bit more money. The main difference between the 2011 and the 2012 is cabin space or passenger space. Up to 2011 they're all 4-seater, so it's basically a cross between an SUV and a coupe, and in the back seats it only seats 2 people, much like Volkswagen CC, Audi A7 and BMW 650 Grand Coupe. The 2012 however has 1 extra passenger in the back seat. You get a 5-passenger. And a lot of people, they still think X6 is a 4-passenger car, and they love the car, they love the look of it. In my opinion, this is the sexiest looking SUV out there. But they refrain from buying one because since 2009 that this car came out, they were all 4-passenger. And a lot of people, they still think, oh no, I don't want an X6 because it only seats 4 people. Well, BMW, they realized that mistake, and in 2012 they have a 5-passenger. So let's go have a look at inside the cabin. So here's the inside of the 2012 model. As you can see, there is 3 headrests, so you can seat 3 people in the back. In the executive model, they have their own climate control and heated seats in the back seat. And I've always said I really love the sunshades in the back of the BMW SUVs. You can get this on the X3, X5, all the way to the X6. Great if you have children, or otherwise very useful. I really like it. And as I've said it in my previous videos, in the 5 Series sedan executive package, and the 7 Series sedan and the 5 Series Gran Turismo, these side sunshades, they come power. I'm going to give you a little bit of a walk around the two cars, and then we'll get into the differences. As I mentioned earlier, the main difference is the extra passenger in the back of a 2012 model, and the other differences are quite minor, but I'll get to them one by one. You can see the wheel design is different, but then you can order all different kinds of designs anyway. Here you can see the difference between the two. They're quite similar, but you can see the differences here. So now let's take a look at inside the 2011 cabin. As you can see, there's only 2 headrests. Quite an executive cabin. Beautiful storage space in the middle. Just like the 5-passenger, you can also fold down the middle console to get your cup holders and armrest. And in the middle you have the sliding opening for your cup holders. So there's 2 cup holders there, and the ashtray, and you also have the rear climate control and heated seats, as this is the executive model. This ripple effect that you see on the door handle indicates that the car is equipped with comfort access. I have the keys on me. Pay attention to that little knob for the door. If I hold my finger here, it goes down and the car locks. And if I hold the door handle, it opens automatically. And the ones that you don't have comfort access, you will have to unlock the key with the buttons on the remote or a key. You lock with this one, unlock with this one. That's for a trunk, or sometimes sounds the alarm depending on what you set it. But if you don't have the comfort access, you actually have to insert the key and then hold the brake and push the start button. With the comfort access, you don't need to do that. This can always stay in your pocket, and you can just hold the brake and push the button. You could leave it there if you want the battery to get charged. That's a neat option they have. But otherwise you don't have to. They also have stickers, stick figures for guys and girls that dealer provides. You can put on this, or they have just number 1 and 2 to distinguish, because you can program all the memory seat features on each key, and every time you enter the car with that particular key, the vehicle recognizes it, and it makes available all your previous settings. So let's get to the differences between the 2011 and the 2012 model, other than the number of passengers. They've offered a number of the premium options in the 2011. In the 2012 that are standard now. The paddle shifters look a little bit different. These are the paddle shifters on the 2011. Amazing feel to them. They have the high polished aluminum look, and they just have a great feel to them. I've always loved the BMW paddle shifters, and they've added a black leather piece in the 2012 models. So let's go have a look at that together. So here it is. This is the steering wheel in the 2012 model. As you can see, there is a leather piece or a black insert with a minus and a plus on the other side. So that's the difference on the look of the paddle shifts. The feel is really the same, but the previous one in the 2011, you were also able to push it, because the top part was a little bit further back, so you have access to push that with your thumb, which I really like. But this is completely racing style in the 2012, so you just basically do it with the with your index fingers or with the tip of your fingers, and you can't push from here anymore. They eliminated that option. So similar to what they've done to the paddle shifters in the 2012, in the newer ones they've added that black piece on top of the iDrive wheel. You see the directional arrows on it, and it has a leather or a rubber band around it. It just used to be a big round aluminum in the first generation X6 that was in 2009. So this is the 2011. Let's go look at those paddle shifters, and let me show you what I meant exactly. So yes, you could do the same in the 2012, but you can also push these back and do them backwards in the 2011. So you don't have that luxury anymore in the 2012s, excuse me. But this was a fun thing that you had in the 2011s, and they've eliminated that. You just have regular paddle shifters with a black insert that says minus on this side and plus on the other side. 10-way power seats are standard on BMW X6 35i. This one, however, has the 14-way or 18-way, if you ask me, which is pretty cool. So let me show you what these buttons do. In the regular one, this part, there's a lever underneath, and it extends back and forth. In this one, you've got a power button that does the work for you. So right here, you can see that extends. For longer trip, it gives you some more support, and it goes back. So if you don't have the executive package on the 35i, there is a lever underneath this, and you could do that manually. And also, you won't see any of these buttons or these two buttons. So what these are, this is pretty cool. See, this is the this is just for the back of your seats that goes back and forth, just a backrest. But this part does the top of it. So if I push that, you see just the top part from your shoulders up goes back and forth, which is pretty cool. I love that. These buttons, this layout on the executive package on the 35i, it's standard on the 50i, which is the V8 model. You can also push this up and down, so it's actually 20-way for the headrest. So you could, even your headrests are manual. Another thing I love about these headrests, you could manually wrap it around your head. And what these two buttons do, they bring out the sides of your seats to literally hug you. Yes. This is how the steering wheel looks on the 2012. Paddle shifters, you can't push them anymore, as I mentioned, so this is for the heated steering. Let me turn the car on.
Begging for a dinner party, and that price tag screams, why not? Okay, stop screaming at me, price tag, I get it. What was I looking for again? Oh yeah, corkscrew.
So that little green light that comes on, that's basically your indicates that you've got heated steering. Here's the interface. I really love the split screen option on the BMW. This is the exact same interface, the same software on a Rolls-Royce. Since BMW owns Rolls-Royce, you get the exact same software inside a 3 Series, a relatively cheaper sort of a, well, the 1 Series is now the entry level, but 3 Series used to be the entry level for a very long time in the past. But you get the same interface inside of a 3 Series with navigation that you get inside of a Rolls-Royce Phantom or a Rolls-Royce Ghost. That's the rear view camera and the front and back park sensors. You've got really nice settings. You could get rid of those lights or the obstacles. Let me show you what I mean by the obstacles. So if I go back to that little Rolls-Royce, old Rolls-Royce that's there, you see those green squares that they appear on the screen? They will turn to yellow, and then when I get too close, they will turn to red. Hopefully before I hit the rolls. Okay, I'm too far from the Rolls-Royce, but you can see the red now. So let's go forward, and when I'm driving, the camera still stays on for some time, so you can get a view of what you're leaving behind. Over here you got a shortcut. You can shut off the park sensors or bring on the camera and see where you're going or what's behind you. This is for hill descent control, normally only works on cruise control. That's traction control off if you want to do donuts with an SUV. And this is power lift gate. Trunk space is quite ample. I read in one of the websites that they were stating pros and cons from the X6, and one of these websites underneath cons, they said limited trunk space. I don't know which car they were looking at, because this car has a massive trunk space and I really love it. Definitely bigger than the X5. To me this is huge and plenty of space. You even have a deeper trunk at this, as what I love about the X6, they have a shock and this stays up. You don't have to hang any bands, and you've got more storage space down here. So storage space is definitely beautiful, and you push this button right here to close the lift gate again. So even though I forgot to put that storage compartment cover up, there was no issue and the trunk closed perfect. So you can also operate the lift gate with the button that you have on your key, which is very convenient if you have groceries in your hands and you just want to drop them. You hold the button, this comes up. The 2011 model that we have also has the trunk cover. Quite a handy option, accessory in my opinion. This one, it folds beautifully to just give you an opening, and you can just fold it like that and drop it in the extra storage compartment down here. If you don't have people sitting in the back, you can always fold your seats. The back seats are 60-40 split, and they give you a pass through. So what can I tell you about the features on these two cars? They both have all the power group, of course. We know they have the front and back park sensors, navigation, backup camera, power sunroof, automatic, tri-zone digital climate control, that's automatic, heated seats in the front, heated seats in the back, heated steering wheel. I've had to go on and on about the bells and whistles on these cars, but I know that's not what you want to hear. One thing I've got to warn you with the 50i model, that's the V8 engine, they drink oil. Take it from me, they have ridiculous oil consumption, anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers. They drink 1/4 of a liter, which is quite a lot. A lot of people put up with it. A lot of people, they keep an extra liter of oil in their trunk, but that's something you've got to be aware of, and that's what those engines do. That's just what they do. The 0 to 100 km/h on this model is 6.3 seconds rather. So yeah, 0 to 100 km/h or 0 to 60 miles per hour is 6.3 seconds, and the V8 400 horsepower version, which is the 50i model, is a full second faster than this. So 0 to 60 miles per hour, 0 to 100 km/h on the 50i model is 5.3 seconds. Okay, well, let's take a look at their engines. As I mentioned, these two are both the 35i model, so they have the 3-liter twin power turbo, as BMW calls it. So what twin power turbo means, that there's really one turbo and the other one sort of feeds off the main turbocharger. The design of the two really doesn't see a drastic change up until 2014, which is an all new one with a touchpad inside, and then they replaced these bi-xenon headlamps with LEDs. Another feature which I really like, a lot of other vehicles also copied from Volkswagen and BMW on this, like Lexus and even some Nissans. I know they have this feature, but if you have hot summers like we do in Toronto, and if you have black leather seats like these two have, they can get scorching hot in some summer days. So this is a great feature. If you leave your car outside for a while, you could double click the unlock and hold it down, and what that does is it will lower all 4 windows and it will open your sunroof, so the air will recirculate a little bit. It might get a little bit cooler until you reach your car. I'm going to show you that the sunroof is also opened with that. And unfortunately you cannot undo that the same way. What you'll have to do is you need to take your emergency key out from the fob. You have to put this inside the key cylinder. You have to lock the car twice, and the second time hold it for them to go back up. I believe it's a safety feature, so in case there's a child in the car, their hand wouldn't be in the way. But that's just what I think. The back seats, they have sufficient space in my opinion, even though the back of the car sort of slants down. Unless you're 6'2" or taller, you won't have any headroom space issues in the back. The legroom is definitely sufficient. I've seen a lot of people complain about the headroom in the back seats, but they must be extremely tall. One thing about this car that stands out is the handling. If I had to say 3 good things about this car, I would say handling, handling, and handling. It handles way better than an X5. In my opinion, it even handles far better than a Porsche Cayenne. This car corners like it was on rails. The suspensions are firm. If you get the M Sport package, they're a little bit bumpy, but the big wheels also are a cause of that. And I mean, but you'd look great bouncing over all the bumps. So that's one thing you've got to consider if you're buying the M Sport package on these. If you'd like you like a little bit more comfortable ride, don't get the M Sport package on these, because there are considerably stiffer rides. In general, I believe it's even a better handling car in terms of how comfortable it is, especially over the bumps and such, comparing it to the X5. The looks of the car are drastically nicer. Some people are concerned about the view in the back, but well, you've got a camera. Yes, the visibility is an issue, I have to admit. The windows are smaller, there are some blind spots, but I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. And I'll leave you on that note. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below, let me know which cars you'd like me to review for you next. Until next time, I'm Reza Arya. Thank you for watching.